Hello, and welcome to my channel, Reddit Storytelling. Today we have an author who is divorcing his wife for a betrayal that happened a long time ago and he just learned about it. And he decided to ask Reddit for advice. Let's see if you too would agree with the judgment of this forum at the end of the video. Feel free to put a thumbs up if you enjoyed this story. And subscribe if you haven't already. Am I guilty for not coming to terms with the fact that my wife cheated on me 14 years ago before our marriage? I am a man and I'm 35 years old and my wife is 37. Married for 11 years and together for 14 years. We have a beautiful 7-year-old daughter and our marriage has been great without any major problems until last year. Last year, I learnt that my wife cheated on me before our marriage. One of her friends became religious and confessed her actions to me, which had me confront my wife. She was shocked that I learnt it and apologized profusely about her actions. However, she said it's not something important now because we have been going strong and have a family together. She told me I should come to terms with it since it happened 4 months into being exclusive and she was a stupid girl out of college back then. My mind told me the same. It happened 14 years ago and we are happy right now. I decided to forgive her and continue our usual life. Reality was not that great. My mental took a big hit. I realized it's not something that happened 14 years ago for me. The cheating happened for me when my wife confirmed it. I was less confident and could not have sex with my wife. I just could not get an erection for her. This turned into feeling disgusted being around her. I even took a DNA and STD test secretly. Thankfully, our daughter is mine and I am clear of STD. Then a year of intense individual therapy started for me. I realized I needed to change somehow. I was not the same person I used to be. I also communicated my feelings to my wife and after pushing a bit, we started going to couples counseling too. However, at the end of everything I decided to proceed with divorce. Here are my reasonings. She not only cheated back then but lied to me for 14 years. She did not confess the action herself. Even though she apologized, she dismissed the fact by saying it's not important anymore. Young me was robbed of having a choice. Cheating was, and still is, one of the biggest deal breakers for me. If I knew it back then, I would have broken it off. I am happy with my life and I am glad that our daughter came into the world. She is the light that shines the brightest for me. One of the biggest reasons I keep living, but I still was robbed of a choice back then. Individual counseling and marriage counseling could not understand my problems and my feelings towards her. It also started affecting family life, which could affect our daughter. I think our daughter would be better off having us as co-parents instead of living in a broken family environment where consistent arguments are present. Sex life is basically dead for me. We do have sex, but I feel like those women on film/series that just lay and look at the ceiling waiting for it to be over. The only difference is that I am a man. I don't even want non-sexual gestures anymore. Last week, I had a sit down with my wife and explained everything I wrote here in detail, my feelings, reasoning, and some other private things. I have been talking to a lawyer for the last month and papers are almost finalized. 50-50 custody, 50-50 assets sharing, and as amicable as possible. I explained everything thoroughly and clearly to her. She freaked out and had a panic attack. We spent the night at the ER. She is begging me to reconsider and not throw away 14 years. However, even though I would like to stay, it will result in us being roommates and a broken family environment for our daughter. Am I in the wrong here? And now, let's listen to what the community has to say about this situation. A comment from a deleted profile. This isn't about being guilty or not. You're not able to deal with something and it has changed your view of someone. A comment from Catmo. That's the thing. The author of this post has tried everything and can't make it work. He didn't throw his hands up and walk out. He tried. He really tried. But you can't make yourself have emotions you don't have, nor can you let go of ones you're currently feeling. There's no right or wrong here. A comment from Missing Chromosomes. Nah, I think the wife is pretty clearly in the wrong here. She cheated and lied about it for 14 years. A comment from Stingray Fins. That's the thing, OP has his own tolerance levels. I personally don't think anyone should reward or tolerate cheating. There's just too many good people out there that deserve a chance for people to try and work through cheating. I believe cheating is 99% over, no matter what people try to say. Even the people that stay with cheaters don't count because I truly believe deep down they're bitter and resentful and the trust isn't there, so they'll never truly be happy or at peace. The 1% of cheating perhaps could be situational enough to be worked through. A comment from a Wilt. This isn't a guilty or not question. You aren't able to love her the way you did before, you no longer trust her, your relationship is dysfunctional, therapy didn't help. Calling you, or her, after all, she's the cheater, an asshole will solve absolutely nothing. All you can do now is to make the separation as smooth as possible for your daughter. A comment from J. Beaker. Someone else wrote this in a thread months ago and I still remember it. The affair happened 14 years ago for you. It just happened for me. Like she's had 14 years to process and lie about it and then to just let it go. For OP, this just happened. He's still dealing with all of it. And not just the affair, but the 14 years of lying by omission too. It's brand new to him. A comment from Financial Gold 6907. While I have no first-hand experience, I have also seen in another thread that it's the constant lying and pretending nothing happened for years that can be worse than the affair itself. Trust is the most important aspect of interpersonal relationships. If you cannot trust someone, you cannot have a healthy relationship. The three most important elements are trust, loyalty, and support. She broke your trust by cheating and lying. She was not being loyal when she cheated. If she expects you to just get over it, she is not being supportive. A comment from Flat Photograph 8483. Weird, if my wife of 14 years and the mother of my child came out and told me she cheated all those years ago, I would be pissed. I would be pissed because the confession would be for themselves, not for me. What the hell would I do with that? It should be their burden to carry. A comment from Althorady. I kinda get you. Cheating is a deal breaker to me, so I don't want to be with someone that cheats. But if it was a one-off thing, very early in the relationship and we're now 14 fucking years in and have a child, what the fuck? You keep that shit on your own conscience and do your best to be a good spouse instead of fucking up my life. Take it to your grave. The friend really just screwed up a marriage to make themselves feel better. Like, it would be different if the affair was recent or ongoing. But 14 years ago. Let sleeping dogs lie. Therapy is expensive. Divorce is expensive. Having to have two separate homes with enough space for a 7-year-old is expensive. The economy sucks right now. You just took the entire burden off your chest and put it on this poor man. I don't blame him for losing trust in his wife and seeing her differently. That's a normal reaction to finding out someone cheated on you. I do blame the friend for deciding to throw that bombshell for no reason. And the wife for cheating. A last comment from the narrator. I think the last comment summarizes this situation. I don't think the author is guilty, and I was personally in a situation, which was not a cheating one, where the other person told me to just get over it. And I spent a year avoiding the person because I was disgusted by their reaction. I just hope that his little daughter would be able to cope after the separation of her parents. Thank you for listening to this story. Let me know in the comments if you agree with the community. What would you have done in that situation? And for those who stayed to the end, I thank you. If you like this type of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon.